gonna
Like,
get that?
it's cool, trust me. Alright, okay. What's up, girl? How you doing? I am not gonna re-record. We're going with.
Hello.
Okay. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. I had so much fun recording the song that we recorded just now, right? RTL.
Yeah.
Yeah, and taking the photo shoots. You were busy showing me those moves.
I mean, supermodel in the making.
Come on now.
Naomi who? I'm joking. Love Naomi Campbell. That's my queen.
How about you introduce yourself to the people so that they know who you are?
Okay, hi. My name is Aobie. I am an artist. And yeah, this is me.
An artist, what type of music do you make? What type of artist are you?
That's a tricky question. Because I think I'm an all-rounder, really. I like art, man. I love art. I love to sing. That was, I think, my first form of interaction when it came to art. Was doing it since, grade 1, grade 2.
From day one, basically.
Right, hey, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
And then acting came after. So that's where, drama kids, full of the drama. That's where I got introduced to the more theatrical side of life. And then dancing is the most recent. Well, I've always liked to dance. It's just that I used to be really, really bad. Now I'm okay, but it's also like physically being able to express myself, channel the ADHD, it's hey, they loud outside. But it's nice.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of artist that I am. In terms of music, R&B, that R and that B.
Old school.
Ooh, chills. It has my heart. Every time I listen to R&B, it's just, it hits my chest. I don't know if y'all can relate, but it just hits that special part of your chest. Just, R&B has my heart for life. Pop as well. Because, mainstream music, it's vibey, nice to dance to. Soul music, though. Soul music and jazz. Soul and jazz. It just takes me to a place where I just feel like, everything's going to be okay.
Okay. All right. So, just to start this interview, before we get into it, because I want to hear in more detail all the things that you're speaking about now.
Okay.
Like you singing R&B, you dancing. I want to know when you are dancing bad from then when you were dancing bad to right now when you're dancing good. What happened in the middle of all of that? I want to know that, but not right now. Right now, I have a couple of questions for you. Some short questions.
Okay.
Like one touching, yeah. So with these questions, I want you to give me just like short answers. You're just gonna answer them with either one word or one phrase. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's get in it. So, who or what is your artistic inspiration?
Beyonce.
Okay, that was real quick. What dance genre do you enjoy the most?
Vogue.
I don't even know what that is. Okay. Yeah. Money over happiness or happiness over money?
You have to think about this one. Money, because money brings me happiness.
That's cheating. That's cheating, though.
But how could I be sad? Nah, but for real though, let's be honest, guys. Let's be so for real. I understand money doesn't solve all your problems, like all of them. There's some, some areas where, but most of my unhappiness comes from not having money. I'm at my unhappiest when I don't have money.
Yeah.
So give me money. You'll see me, I'll never say no money. No, give it to me here. Contant, cash contant. Yeah.
I get you. I don't really need money all the time to make me happy.
Really?
But not having money makes me sad.
Depression, eh?
Yeah.
You see?
Definitely.
You see?
But yeah, okay, no, we're still on the questions. We're gonna get into it now. Okay, I want you to complete the sentence.
Okay.
All right. My favorite color to wear is?
Black.
Why?
It's neutral.
Okay. My favorite food to eat when it's raining is?
Soup.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I hate when people
are rude and mean.
I feel as though artists should
be free, embrace yourself more. Yeah.
Like that. I want my music to
touch people, man. Yeah. I smell a little bit. Edit that out. But I want music to touch people, and yeah.
Okay. If I could control the social media algorithm, I would.
Bruh, trend, go viral.
So you're not even concerned about like other people. You just try to make yourself trend.
Bruh. Can't make everybody happy. Gotta start with self.
100%, I agree with that. All right, the last one. This is the last one. Young people and students in university are
cool. Yeah.
They are cool. I'll give you that. All right, cool. So yeah, now we can start talking about everything. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to know about like your whole journey with dancing. Yeah. Okay, like, what happened for you to start developing the passion for dance? And for us, but to us stiffy that don't know how to move, what can we do to transition from stiffness to the flow and the journey?
Okay, I'll start with the first one. Journey-wise, bruh, people used to bully me, and I've never been someone that's like being told what to do. Don't dance, Aobie, you can't do, like, don't tell me what to do. Watch, kind of thing. And it's always this thing of like, what people say versus your own vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't tell me that this thing is not for me when every day in my mind I have routines that I'm coming up with that I don't know how to do physically, but it rent-free every so often. It's just inside of me and it keeps recurring. There's a desire. And it just clicked like, you know what, even if I can't do it, there's people who learn. Nobody came onto this earth knowing how to do anything. You know what I mean? We all have natural talents that God gives us. And there's talents that you adopt and that you learn if you have a spirit of learning. So I was like, you know what? Humble yourself. Also, those people. I don't know if can I, you know.
Yeah, you can. We deal with it later.
Those people. What do they know? They don't know me. They don't know God's purpose for me. They don't know my dreams. They don't know my vision. They don't know my purpose. Neither do I yet, but I'm figuring it out. But at the same time, I wouldn't get that feeling and that want to do this thing if it wasn't meant for me. I truly believe that. Like, so I decided that, you know what? At my big grown age of 22, because that's when I took my first dance class. I'm 22.
22 years old?
Yeah.
So you learned how to be this dope because we took some at least we took some shots of you dancing.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to show them here. So you managed to get this dope in 3 years.
Decent. I don't think I'm great yet. I don't think I'm not at the level that I want to be because I'm surrounded by amazing dancers, like people who just know. They're just so free with their movement and it's inspiring. And I think that's why even the progression has been faster than I thought it would. But at the same time, it was just the thing of like, you know what? I really want this thing. I am going to start at level 0.
Yeah.
I'm already at level 0. Shit. I ain't got nothing to lose.
You don't have a choice. That's where you at.
And it's what I want to do. Watching Beyonce in music videos and knowing that I want the same confidence that she has. Beyonce, Victoria Monet, all these honeys that can dance in music videos. I want me some of that.
100%.
And there's nothing in me, and I think I don't know where I get it from. You know, I think I'll give the credit to my mom and my gran for always telling me like, you know what, like you can do it. You can do it. There's nothing in J if you want it that you can't do. So I've always led with that. Like if I want something, I'm gonna go get it. Because why not? Because who won't stop me? Who won't check me, boo?
100%.
Who won't check me, you know? So yeah, that's where it started. And yeah, just not wanting to give people the satisfaction of telling me that I can't do something, and then also internalizing it and being like, you know what? They're right. I can't. And sitting in that unhappiness, because then who wins? Not me. And I love to win.
100%. I'm with that. Sorry, for the viewers, there's a church next door. So yeah, just know that this interview is blessed.
It's the spirit.
We're super blessed right here.
God
so we're even
is
getting
in
the vocals.
Building.
But yeah, Aobie, please tell me about your journey. Did you study at any...
AFDA.
Oh, after. Ooh, that's nice. What did you do at after? Acting.
Yeah.
So we on dancing, music. Now we on acting now. How was that? Describe that whole process.
Started young. like grade, like notes. There's videos and pictures of me there in the concerts, you know, kind of doing that thing. Just stuck with it. I saw that I had, you know, natural shine in that, and I just decided, you know, I like it. It feels good. I love the drama. Like, you know, where else can I be excessively dramatic?
And how did you get into like acting from that point where you decided that it's something that you want to do?
Yeah.
How did you actually manage to get yourself into AFDA?
Bruh, AFDA wasn't picky. I just applied, you know?
Yeah, for real? So like anyone who wants to study acting and stuff, they can just apply at AFDA?
My man, go there to afda.co. They did
No
not pick
promo.
No. Almost got caught slipping. But literally, you can just, there you can just apply. At the time, I don't know how it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is now, but then I knew it. Initially I wanted to do NSA. When I was in grade 10, my mom said nope. I was like, Mommy, why? She was like, not the School of the Arts, drugs. I'm like,
oh, NSA School of the Arts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like, cause I saw in grade 10, like, actually singing, dancing, acting in one school, that's me, Mus. And my mom was just like, nope, school. Biology, life science, physics, you know, kind of thing, law. And I was like, ugh, this is gonna be very awkward.
I can relate.
Because, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Also, God was good. I applied to VITS, I applied to UP, I applied to UJ for law. I got rejected. I was like,
you know, other people would be saying like the opposite after
God
getting
was great.
rejected.
God was amazing. That was God right there. I got rejected. That was protection, honey, because I was not gonna survive.
Sometimes he closes this door so that the other one can open up. Yeah.
Or even just the window, you know, just a crack, you need to hit that slide.
Something that you need to just get in.
Have you ever stood through gates before you start with the
My
head?
head is too big for that.
Right, back in the day, I used to do the head, then the shoulder, and then pull your body through. Yeah, sometimes it's that, but I was so grateful that I got rejected, but it was never gonna work. It was never gonna work.
And when you got to AFDA, like what happens at AFDA for a person like me who's been to the traditional universities? Like, how is the student experience
It's
at like
creative.
a art school?
It's creative. One thing I loved about it was just the impromptu singing in the quad, like something like this thing about being a live performance student. It's just so freeing. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been bullied. Oh, well, obviously. But to the kids that got bullied,
Did you get bullied?
yeah, bruh,
You're the second person. Like, even given the person who was here before, he also told me he got bullied for his dark skin and all of that.
Hey, that colors up. But like, it happens, and I think it's a blessing in disguise. Being bullied when you're young, as much as it sucks, it's a blessing in disguise, because then when you get to university, because when I got to AFDA, I had that thing of like, you know what, I've been pretending to be someone I'm not, trying to fit in for the longest time, and it didn't work. It wasn't working. And I'm done with that. I'm too grown. High school is done, baby. Those people don't matter anymore, because really they don't. And I get to be myself. And when I was myself, there's people that don't like you. What are they gonna do? You don't like me? Now what? You know, kind of thing. And you get that thick skin, that layer of like an affirmation where you get to stand fully in who you are as a person and live like that. And it's amazing. And it's all these things where like you get the courage. Not only do I have the courage now to be who I actually am, with no regard for what anyone thinks anymore.
Come on!
But like, I also get to explore the things I've always wanted to explore that I felt like I couldn't.
Such as what?
Dance, bruh. Like, people don't understand. Rent free in my head, I'm like, I want to dance so bad. And then I got the courage to be like, nah. Even music, singing. Because even with acting, I used to do singing competitions in primary school, you know, Crawford's Got Talent kind of thing. And I kind of lost my confidence in it because of other people's opinions of like, Aobie, you can't sing. Like, there's so many voices that will try and get you down just for pure, I don't know if it's jealousy or whether they're just telling the truth.
Haters gonna hate. They're just doing what they've been designated to do in life, which is hate.
I mean, but there's hate and then there's also truth, you know. Okay. Sometimes you also must humble yourself. And
Don't worry about that. I told you I'm a little bit shy.
You must humble yourself as a person and be able to admit where you're at.
Yeah.
If you're not good at something, it's okay that you're not the best at it in that moment in time. You don't have to be to still explore it, because you will get better. Trust and believe that through experience you'll get better, you'll level up, and the people will be in disbelief. 1 minute you couldn't dance, next minute you could. 1 minute you couldn't sing, now they can't touch you vocally. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's that of like, okay, where was I going with this?
I was asking you, like, as a student at a creative university.
It was great.
How does that feel?
It was great.
And another question that I have is like, what do you actually do? Like, what are the subjects that are done at AFDA? And are they like different courses, or does everybody do like more or less the same thing?
There's a plethora. AFDA, bruh, you lucky. Easy, free promo, but it's fine.
They won't pay you one day.
I wonder. There's a film school, there's a live performance school, there's a TV school, right? So my first year I explored producing, writing, animation, and directing for the first semester.
Oh, that's amazing.
So first year you get to do one school in the first semester, another school in the second semester. For me, it was film school, and then it was live performance school. Live performance, stage and screen acting. Yee, you know, and then I remember I failed live performance first year. Like, hey, stage had me.
What was it?
I think I was just lazy.
Lazy?
To do the theory. You know, I was always handing in.
Wait, live performance has theory?
It does. The actual
Okay.
degree part of AFDA is the essays that you write.
Can you explain that a little bit?
It's when you write an essay about I guess the entire production that you're a part of in totality.
Yeah.
So there's different aspects. There's performance, there's medium, which is like your sound and your lighting, like what kind of mood is it giving, you know, and how can you see that in the film. So let's say I was doing a comedy. Right. Performance style, obviously, like with performance, you can be like, there's also aesthetic. So performance and aesthetic kind of go hand in hand, because what you wear brings the character, adds to bringing the character to life.
Of course, yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like, okay, cool. So if I'm doing a comedy, my lighting is obviously going to be lighter than a drama, you know? The colors that you choose as well as part of aesthetic.
Oh wait, you said when you're doing comedy, your lighting is going to be lighter than...
It's going to be different than how you do a drama.
Oh, that actually makes sense because it's more bubbly.
It's bubbly.
Okay,
brings the vibe.
I'm
Also,
with that.
same thing, like if you're doing a drama, like if you're doing a suspense, your lighting is going to be very dark. There's going to be a lot of shadows. Even the music, which is part of medium, the music that you use in a comedy and a suspense film is going to be completely different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's true.
Just to give into the effect of the entire film. Even your acting style changes. When you're doing a drama to when you're doing a comedy, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna put in some audio clips while you're explaining these things so that people can understand. Put some like dramatic stuff when you just say something and some, you know, bubbly stuff.
So it changes. Music as well, that's also where my love for music comes in. Music can change a whole lot. I think they have a saying that the difference between a horror and a comedy is the music.
It's just the music.
It's just the music.
I heard that from Jordan Peele.
Shout out Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's where I think the passion for film comes in, because I love the dramaticism, whatever the English word for it is. But I love the drama of it all. And that's where I really got to learn about film at AFDA.
Okay.
So for me, directing wasn't really my thing, but you know, who knows, if you're a good actor, apparently you're an even better director. So, you know, life has a funny way of working. Animation was I sucked.
For real?
Yeah.
I want to get into that a little bit, you know?
I love it so much, but turns out your girl can't animate for
What is it? Is it the drawing part of things?
I don't know, right? It's just a natural inclination just is not there.
Yeah.
My heart's not in it as well. I'm like, I can appreciate the craft of it all, but just to be the one to animate, forget about it.
Your heart's really gotta be in it because you're gonna be. It's very tedious.
Exactly.
It's not hard. It's just tedious.
It's tedious as hell, and I don't like tedious things.
Yeah.
The ADHD will not allow. It won't. I will sleep. Same time. But yeah, and even with stage and screen, we did Shakespeare. Love me some Shakespeare, honey.
Oh, okay.
Love it. And
what did you do in Shakespeare?
Iambic pentameter.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. You want to explain it just quickly?
I hope I do it justice. Wait. So iambic pentameter, it's like 5 beats. D-dum, 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 D-dum. And that's the rhythm in which it's written in. So that was Shakespeare's thing.
Oh, okay.
So every line has 5 beats in it, kind of thing. So...
What, is it like a sonnet?
A sonnet is a full like paragraph of script. The iambic pentameter is just the rhythm that it was written in, kind of thing. I hope I'm explaining this well. Shakespeare people, don't don't come at me. Don't
Relax.
cancel me.
Relax.
But I fell in love with just the rhythm of it. The poetry as well. Like the language used in Shakespeare is so poetic and so gallant, and that's why I fell in love with the Romeo and Juliet, did monologue and that, and it just, even to perform it, bro, you feel so extra. You feel like those soapies was like
Come on.
looks into camera. And it's so fun. It's so fun to be that dramatic.
Yeah.
And that was just, I guess, where it was for me. And that's where the acting came in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a scene that you might remember that you want to just do
I know. Of Shakespeare or
anyone?
Of acting.
Anyone.
In Shakespeare, I only know one line. And it's like...
We can go with that. I'm going to even zoom in slowly while you're doing that line.
Okay, let me censor myself. I'm an actor. Okay. Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds. You're already...
We were on. Come on.
Gallop apace, thy fairy... Take 2.
Start.
Gallop apace, thy fiery... Let's forget about it. Let's let it go.
I'm trying to gallop apace. Come on.
Thy fiery-footed steeds. Hey, alliteration.
That's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, gallop apace, thy fiery-footed steeds towards these. That's all I got.
That's good enough.
But yeah, in terms of lines, monologues.
Oh, you want to hit us with a monologue?
No.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, that's where the acting
that's cool.
comes from.
So, do you have any music out that people can go check out and stuff like that?
I have one song.
Oh, one song.
I have one song.
And which is the one that we did today?
Yeah, RTL. I have another feature with the Drake's Beats. It's called Show Me. That one was nice to record. I'm like, cool. With RTL, I felt melodically, it's my first song, so I gave myself grace. It could have been more dynamic, just in terms of my melodies, and just vocally, I could have switched it up. But it was my first song, so I was like, it's not bad.
Yeah. Dope.
I like it, Shem. I like it just for the nostalgia of this is my first baby.
Yeah.
You always love your first. And then Show Me, switched it up a bit. It's a bit risque. I'm not even gonna lie. The brief was to, R&B Motel. Check it out. A little bit, on the side. But mostly I want to move more into soul.
Okay.
Soul is where it's at. Even where my writing is taking me, it's taking me more introspective, more on the growth, more on the reflective side. So that's where I'm at. I don't want to sing about niggas no more. I don't want to sing about men or relationships as much even as much. I only have one song.
But maybe you've written a lot back in the day.
I have. There's so many in the archives, so many. And they will never see the light of day.
Yeah.
They'll never see the light of day.
Don't give them that satisfaction. Probably some breakup songs in there as well.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, those, even the breakup songs per se, it's a form of therapy to write and just get that emotion out. But once I've gotten it out, really, it's not something I like to reflect back to. So
Yeah, you see what you just said right there. That's something I was actually having a conversation with a friend about that. That as an artist, like sometimes we feel as though writing a song, let's say you got your heart broken, man. Okay, I was being specific. I told him that I got my heart broken and then I wrote a song about this girl, right? But now I thought that this song is like the healing. Only to realize that when you make songs about whatever troubles you may be going through, it's not necessarily therapy. It's okay, it can be therapy, but you're not really fixing the problem. You're just sharing and expressing the problem. Yeah, that was my point. That I need to go do some self-work and stop writing songs.
Now, I say write the songs, write them still, because at least like writing is a form of therapy. You know, you can get it out with no one there to judge you or to, what's the word, not validate. You know, and just cast aside however you feel. You know, but at the same time, I don't know. I've become very conscious personally, just of the fact that like some things are good to sit in and stay in. You know. Some things just need to be let go. Some people just need to be let go as well. You know, me writing the song about you, cool, great. You know, that's how I felt at that moment in time. But that's not how I'm gonna feel forever. You know, and even thinking longevity, because I am predicting a longevous career.
Come on now.
Speaking in my mouth, God's ears.
It's already happened because you said it.
But yeah, longevity wise,
it's already happened.
Yeah, some of these songs I'm not trying to sing 20 years from now and think about that person. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I never thought about it like that, actually.
I'm like, honey.
Because I'm like, 50 Cent is still performing in the club.
Exactly.
Till this day.
Hit. I'm trying to be on that Cleo Soul, man. Where like, I'm doing my inner work. My therapy and my music is a reflection of my inner thoughts, my inner feelings, you know, words of affirmation as well for me, like from me to me, and just to keep myself going. Sharp, there'll be a breakup song now
Here
and
then,
then, you know, but it can't be for me. I cannot. It would drain me. So for me, that's where I'm at.
Okay. So when you are making music and you are writing songs, like where does the music come from? Like where do you draw the music from? From like experiences or just emotions or just like in your mind situations that you think about?
I guess it's inner thoughts. Like, you know, actually, I don't know. I'll hear a beat and then see, okay, maybe I'm going through something at that time, you know? And as I'm going through that thing and someone sent me a fire beat, the words just come on their own. Like, okay, how am I feeling? If it's directed to a person, this is how I feel about that person. Like, okay, cool. If I'm going through my own things and I'm just like, yo, maybe it's me speaking to God, really, hey, and just, or even speaking to myself, telling myself to keep going, just keep on, keep the faith, just hold on just a little bit longer, you know, tomorrow will be better, you know that thing of even if tomorrow isn't better, you get to tomorrow, you're like,
this again,
but like, you know, tomorrow will be better, and eventually tomorrow does become better. It gets better, Sham. And that's where I draw it from, of just like, okay, little things to keep myself going, ways that I don't go crazy, you know, because sometimes you feel like you're crazy, but you're not. You're valid, and that's where I draw from, just how I feel, and just putting it on a writing app.
I get that. So, as an upcoming artist, dancer, actor, I'm running out of fingers.
EGOT, honey.
Everything.
Give me that Emmy. Give me that Grammy. Give me that Oscar.
Everything.
Give me that Sony.
Everything.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you're facing and that you faced?
For one, getting the right producer, my God. Getting beats.
Expose us. Expose the producers. What's wrong with producers? Expose.
I don't like this thing of, I just don't like empty promises, for one. Don't tell me you're going to do something and then not do it. Don't give me the hope of saying, yeah, you'll get it by Friday. Friday comes and Friday goes. It's even another Friday yesterday. Where my beats? Huh? Where my at? Kind of thing. I don't like that just in general. Another challenge.
It's rough. I'm speaking on behalf of the producers. Hey, sometimes it's just rough. Sometimes you even believe that it was gonna be done on Friday. As the producer, you like, hey, I'm gonna be done with this thing on Friday, and then when Friday comes, you're like, shit.
It's okay, we give grace, but don't wait for then Friday to come. Almost Thursday nights. On Thursday nights, you knew.
No, the thing is, you still think you have a chance. You're like, nah, I can finish this mix. Like it's almost there.
Guys, sharpness. Delusion. I believe delusion is healthy because that's how you continue with life. You have to be delusional, but there's limits to this shit, bruh. Thursday nights. If you are far from being done, just tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I know the producers are laughing at this right now, but you telling them something very important.
But as an artist,
communication
communicates, bruh. Just let a nigga know. What am I gonna tell you? Nah, you gonna. No, I can't. I'm not there with you when you're making the beats. I don't know what your process is. But as long as we're on the same page, because even as an artist, I also get blocks. It's cool. Don't tell me now when you told me you're gonna send me beats. I'm like, oh yeah,
and you ready?
Go get some beats. Even the inspiration to write starts to come because the inspiration to write isn't always there. Even now, I don't have space to reflect because I'm so upset because I was ready to write. I don't have beats. People are gonna say use YouTube beats. I feel a type of way using YouTube beats sometimes because I'm like, this is not the beat that I'm gonna have. Like I even like you get attached to that YouTube beat because you like that beat. You want it to sound like that beat, but also you're not trying to rip off someone else's work. So what do?
And you can't just like remake it. I mean, you can.
Controversial because you can, but I like the beat that I'm writing to. I want the beat that I'm writing to be my beat. So I don't know if that makes me some type of way.
No,
I don't care. I like that beat. I want that beat to be my beat. Kind of thing. So
a producer, send Aobie beats.
Send beats.
Her handle is Aobie _ or just like that. DM her some beats there. She likes them. Just send her anything.
Send me
just
beats,
send her anything.
I'll let you know.
And she'll be on it. She'll be on it real quick.
But at the same time, that's the singing, or at least music-wise, my struggle right now. My biggest struggle has been just getting a reliable producer who's willing to grow with me. And because I honestly believe, destined for greatness type shit. If you think you're destined for greatness, hit me up as well, because I feel it. There's no way that God can give you a gift and give you visions and those things not come to fruition. There's no way. I refuse to believe such.
Yes.
But at the same time, it is what it is. His timing and all of that. What you gonna do? Nothing.
There's nothing. You just have to wait it out.
Prepare, and that's all. Acting wise, the struggles have been many with self-doubt.
Just self-doubt,
waiting as well. Been applying to agencies, they haven't been taking me. I'm like, okay then. Like, is it me? Because sometimes it's you, Sometimes you can be like, no, I'm the best. Sometimes, no. You need to reflect, You must.
Get a mirror.
You must.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, but I feel like I have what it takes, but agencies are not taking me. Is this a sign of just letting the whole agency check go? Then, okay, where do I go to from there? Is acting then not for me? Is it just something that I had to acquire the skill to, but not actively pursue? It's a whole lot of, what ifs. What am I supposed to do? Because even with the acting, there's been so much resistance. And I just don't know anymore.
But it seems to me like in South Africa, it's almost like, I don't want to say gatekeeping, but I see new soapies coming up. with the same actors.
Yeah.
And then I see this, so this actor dying on this story, dying on Scandal, then next week he's showing up on Skim Sam. Next thing, he's showing up, someone who died in the story is someone else. Like,
I have a different opinion when it comes to that.
okay.
Because the pool is so small in SA, I am not...
Sorry, the pool of what?
The pool of just... The entertainment industry is so small.
Okay.
It's very small.
Okay.
Everyone knows everyone kind of thing. You meet people along the way as well. Like, you'll come to know everyone.
Okay.
And everyone will come to know you as well. So my chat is that people have already made their tables. You know what I mean? And speaking from experience, it's very hard to come to someone's table and for them to pull out a chair and tell you to, you know, sit and have a
100%.
meal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care that it's the same actors anymore. I don't give a bruh. I think where my head is going is that, you know what, respectfully, them. No,
like
with
the
all due
respect,
respect. With
I
all
like
due
the
respect.
respect for-
With all due respect.
Yeah.
Fuck your table. Fuck it. I'll make my own.
Yeah.
At this point, the same way that they did it as well. I'm just a believer of that. It's like, actually, you know what? Shop. You made your table. You've got the people that you want to sit at it. Rightfully so. It couldn't have been easy to make your table. You have every right to dictate who sits there and who gets to eat. That's your table. You made that. The same way that you made it, I'm going to make it. And that's just how it's going to be for me. And it's an uphill battle. Oh my God. But I'm gonna just keep going and see what it takes.
Don't worry. Good things come to those who wait patiently and continue to grind towards the purpose.
I am not a patient person. I'm not gonna lie. So that's been actually the biggest struggle of it all.
Maybe that's what God is trying to put in.
You
He's
know,
like, no, this person already, like, she's ready to be a star, but the only problem, Kayan, is that she
She's
can't
not
wait.
patient.
She's not patient.
Like-
So let me make her wait so that she develops this ability, so that when the time comes for her to now reap the things she's supposed to reap, she got the patience.
you know what? Fair enough, valid. Because I'm not patient. That's the truth. It's the honest to God truth, and it's something that it's been grinded into me. Because what am I gonna? I can't force things to happen.
Yeah,
you know,
can't.
go with the flow. But I'm of the opinion when it comes to that whole same actor, same whatever, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You just have to fight your way
Whatever.
into it.
Everybody's path is different. Everybody's path is different. There are those who are lucky. You know, maybe they have the right connections, or maybe, you know, it was just their time. Even having this whole chat of connections, I hear it to a certain extent, it's true. But also, sometimes it's just their time.
Yeah.
Everybody has their time. I believe that, like, everybody has their time. So clap for others. And this is something my mom always told me. Clap for others so that when it's your time, others can clap for you, kind of thing. You can't be better at someone reaching their destiny, or their door finally opens for them, and you're sitting there like, mine didn't open for me.
Yeah.
They suck. I could do better than, like, that's not right. It's not right at all. Because then when it's your time, wouldn't you want people to be happy for you? Wouldn't you want people to celebrate with you? You do. Everybody does. So clap for others, you know? It's okay, but in that same, it's okay. Recognize the fact that, yes, there's a point where you yearn for that same opportunity. It's hard watching other people live your dream. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Eh,
It's tough.
it's very tough.
It's very tough.
But at the same time, even with the people that you feel like are terrible people, and I'm speaking from experience, there's been people, some of my bullies have made it, bruh. You know how hard it is to watch your bully make it big. But be able to recognize when they've done a good thing and the quality of work. And instead of getting bitter from them making it, take the good out of it. Be like, you know what, if a like that, if a bitter, sour meat like that can make it, I must.
I'm good.
I'm next. I'm good, kind of thing. And that's the truth of it. Because be able to recognize the good even in the worst people, and be inspired by it, and take from that, apply it to yourself in your own way. If it's their work ethic, and you can see that, this person's not a very nice person, but they work hard.
He grinds, yeah.
Go grind. Go grind on all your sweetness, you know? If you can see that, okay, but they're so dedicated and disciplined in what they do. I need to be more disciplined. Don't hate on people for being the things that you want to be. Become that thing then. use it to your advantage. What you like, kind of thing. And that's where I'm working from. And that's something that I'm so grateful to my mom for instilling in me, just a good spirit, a spirit of instead of becoming sour and bitter, you become inspired and hopeful and persistent and resilient.
And energetic.
Yeah, right. You even get excited because you're like, you see the progress, you see the fruits of your labors. So that's one thing from at least I want people to take from me. As Aobie, as Aobakwe, Zinto Untatile Motovela.
Shapa Green Book names from the Smart ID.
You know what I'm saying? To have a light spirit, a happy spirit, see the good in it and be inspired. Don't get bitter, be inspired and take from that. Like, just because someone's light shines, their light shining doesn't dim yours in any way, shape, or form. And it shouldn't dim yours in any way, shape, or form. You can both shine. Everyone shines in a different way. Some people are the sun, some people are the moon. Both are equally important and provide light nonetheless. You don't have to compete with anybody for anything. We all have something in us that is amazing and that is great. And you need to embrace that instead of focusing on what the next person is doing more than anything.
It's so difficult though with social media and just this constant thing of having to compare yourself with people that are doing what you're doing or something similar to what you're doing.
It's not easy. And what I'm saying, it's easier said than done. But really, don't compare. What are you comparing, bruh? You don't know that person's life. You don't know their life. You don't know what they did to get what they've gotten. You have no right whatsoever to compare yourself to anybody. You don't know. You see someone is living a nice life, bruh. Maybe at home it's hell. They're grinding as hard as they're grinding because they want to get out. They got the things that they got because they had to fight for it, like fight for their life to get that. Fighting their own demons, mental health kind of thing. Like, you don't know anyone. You don't know anyone and nobody knows you, kind of thing. Every person has their own path. That's why for me, there have been times where I've looked at someone and I'm like, damn, they have everything. And then you learn more about that person. One day
you speak to them and then you
realize, I'm good with mine. Kind of thing. And even vice versa. Some people, and this is something, Shem, I've really been struggling with recently, of people distancing themselves from me specifically because of my optimism or because of my energy. I'm very high energy most of the time. But it's a thing of like, I'm like this because this is what helps me keep going. You know what I mean? I'm like this because it makes me feel good. It feels so good to be joyful and to see the good in most things. Not to say that the bad days don't come, but it feels good for me,
I get that.
And I try to give everybody grace in that regard of like, you know what, I see that this person maybe they have a really nice car, but like that Porsche, or even that Rolls Royce, I see it, or even there's a Ferrari driving behind me. I'm in my cute little granny polo. That's my granny's polo, even recognizing that it's not even mine. But being like, you know what? I'm gonna work my butt off. I'm gonna put in that work.
Let's get to work.
And I'm gonna get it little by little.
You're gonna get it.
Goes a long way.
I believe it.
I believe it as well.
I believe it.
I believe it as well. Period. Manifestation. God, you hear me. Even the ancestors got my back. They don't play about me. And I believe that what we want wants us as well. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. So do you have anything that you're busy with right now that you want people to know about? Yeah. But if it's low key, it's okay if it's low key.
It's not even low key. I just believe don't speak about things until they're ready to be put out.
I'm with that.
Keep what's yours to yourself so
Yeah.
you can work on it in peace.
Yeah.
At your own pace.
Yeah.
So that when you're ready to put it out, it's with all the confidence.
Yes.
All of it. You can't tell me about it.
Yeah.
It's done. and now it's ready. So I'm not someone that likes to talk about the things that I'm doing before. I don't want to count my eggs until they hatch, you know?
I'm with that.
Oh, before they hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll hear about it, don't worry.
No, we'll see. Don't
worry about it. There's things that I have planned. Oh, big plans. But I'm not at a stage where I feel confident talking about them, because then the expectation is put out there.
Yeah, even then it becomes pressure.
There's pressure. There's also bad spirits. There's people with ugly hearts out there that don't want to see you succeed, that don't want to see you flourish.
100%.
And when you put your things out there before they're ready to be put out there, it gets influenced, like energy-wise. Like something always goes wrong. Something always, it either stagnates or it just doesn't come into fruition, or it takes longer than you thought it would. Because you were too quick with that yappa yappa. My mom even tells me to shut up. And I'm like, you know what, girl, you're right. You're right. So that's where I'm at in terms of my artistry. I keep it to myself until I'm ready to put it out. And when I put it out, it's something that I'm confident about, something I'm proud of, and that like I can just share. And
Okay, awesome. So do you have people you want to shout out there?
Shout out to my mama!
Come on, shout out my grid. Shout out Momzo.
She's so supportive, and like she always has been.
Shout out to Momzo.
So, shout out to my mommy. Shout out to my gran.
Hey, Gumagogo.
I have such a good foundation just in terms of home. They're so supportive, and they've nurtured me well. I think I've come out right. You know.
Yeah. Shout out to the rents.
Shout out to the rents. Shout out to people who help me keep going. So shout out to my friends, Musa, Azakamo, homies, you know. Shout out to them, because it's really good and really important to have friends that when you are down, like really, really stripped raw, and you feel as though like, you know, you don't know where to go from here. The friends that just come and they pick you up. And they tell you that, no, they affirm you, like you're talented, you're a superstar, you're gonna make it, you're doing so well. It doesn't matter how, like, this is how you see yourself, but how you see yourself is not how we see you. We see you as so much more. Friends like that who show up for you as well, like people where you call them, you're like, friend, I need help. Friend, like, please. They come through for you and they show up for you. And that's shout out to my homies. Also shout out to my producers, everyone that's worked with me so far. Shout out to Unami. He produced RTL. That's on him.
Dope beat. Shout out to the homies.
Artist. Shout out to Unami.
Must get him into the studio one day.
Nami, but he's a busy man. He's so busy. But like,
I know producers are problems.
Right. You know, shout out to Nami. Shout out to Clarence, the guy who mixed and mastered RTL.
Oh,
he did the most.
Oh, shout out to him as well. Yeah.
Shout out to all my friends that just believe in me, man, and that have, you know, well, shout out, woo.
Don't be forgetting that person.
Shout out to all my dance homies as well who are teaching me and helping me become a better dancer. I see y'all, I love y'all. Like, you know, like it's a community. It's a community, it's a dope community with people that make me feel at home with all my energy. So yeah, those all my shout outs.
That's super awesome. So if you had one message to give to, let's say, young people, young creatives in particular, what would that be?
Be yourself. Be yourself. And in school, it's hard because there's a lot of influences. There's a lot of wanting to fit in. I always wanted to be popular, you know, but...
You look like you were popular.
I was such a loser.
For real? No, I don't believe that for one bit.
I was perceived as a loser, but I was never a loser, honey.
Come on!
I've always been a winner. Always, capital W, winner.
Always.
But I was not popular at all.
Really?
No. I was
like what student were you in high school?
Quirky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, people don't really like those type of people in high school.
In high school. I'm still with the damnedest thing.
Yeah.
Because I've always been like this. I've been like this.
Yeah, in high school, people take it differently.
And I've never been like that. I've never been mean. I've never been like, you know, too cool for anybody.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. And you know, from looking at like your Instagram, I thought you were like slightly like serious, but I could see that you like jolly, but from like your pictures and like just the way you moving and the way that you just making your art, like you look like this sophisticated, down to earth. Yeah, I'm not saying you down to earth, but like in a different type of way.
I don't know.
But you get what I'm saying, though.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. My friends say I give off Sharpay, like from High School Musical kind of vibes. And you know what? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You know? I don't mind it. Sharpay was about that business. Sharpay was talented.
100%.
Sharpay was about like her money.
Yeah.
She knew what she wanted, and I respect that. That's respectable.
Yeah.
But I get that.
She was that beautiful chick that was
The blonde.
Yeah.
But you know,
she was definitely.
she learned the hard way. Nothing you can't get nowhere with being mean.
But I don't feel like okay. But I'll get. Yeah.
You can't go anywhere with being a mean girl. Being mean to people, being unkind. Nothing good will come from that, honey. You'll get what you give.
I agree.
Kind of thing. But yeah, I was not popular. So, but it doesn't matter in retrospect. All the coolest people weren't popular in high school because high school, it's a lot of pretentiousness.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flexing for people who won't even matter in 5 years' time. You know. So be yourself, man. If you're quirky, be your quirkiest. If you're goofy, be your goofiest. It's gonna add to your artistry, and that's what's gonna make you. As corny as that sounds, so abused, but it really works. It's so freeing as well. Like it's like a weight gets lifted off your shoulders of like, yo, I've been hiding this person for the longest time, and you finally let them out, and you'll find your people who are just as crazy as you, dog. And you realize that it was so unnecessary trying to pretend to be anything else. Really, it was a waste of time, necessary in the grander scheme of things, because character development.
100%.
But to really feel like you're being yourself, to be appreciated more than anything for being yourself is like
The best.
can't even describe it.
Okay. No, I agree with that. Being yourself. And it's also the most difficult thing to do because you have to be vulnerable in order to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Aobie, I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
I want us one day to meet up again and you to maybe do that monologue, but it doesn't have to be that one in particular, anyone that you enjoy. I would just love to do something around acting for once because I've done music and I've done dance. So I'm looking to do something along the lines of acting. Would you be down for something like that?
I'm down. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done it in a minute.
You'll wipe the rust. We'll wipe the rust.
But I'm down, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm happy about that.
Thank you.
But yeah, anyway, before my camera dies, and I'm enjoying here. But yeah, thank you so much for pulling up.
Thank you for
I had a
having
great time. I've had this smile and I've been laughing the whole time. I feel so great. I feel so happy. I'm gonna go back to my day job. They're gonna ask themselves why I'm so happy.
It's the vibes. It's the vibes. I had such a good time.
Yeah.
Such a good space, guys. Hey,
Tell them to pull up. Tell them to pull up.
Don't sleep on the boy. I was sleeping on him.
Yeah.
Look at me now, having a great
come
time. Come on.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Sharp.